Let's get you the very latest coming out of Soweto, where the City of Johannesburg and its NGO partners have started assisting several families left stranded following heavy rains this week. Tumaole Mohlaoli is there to give us a sense of what we're seeing and hearing at this hour. Good morning, Tumi. Unfortunately, our connection is not quite strong there. We'll re-establish it and tell you what is happening in Soweto this morning, as some families who've been impacted by the flooding due to heavy rains, the flash floods that were experienced, are getting some sort of relief and assistance. Well, what does that look like? I believe we've got Tumaole Mohlaoli back. Tumi, if you can hear me, tell us what you're seeing and hearing.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me now, or if you can see me clearly. What's going on here is that residents have begun their own mop-up operations, saying that, of course, it's time to rebuild their lives. And while they wait for some formal assistance from the City of Johannesburg and other NGOs, which have said that they will give a helping hand for those who have lost everything. I'm going to step out of shot now, just so that my colleague Ningi Mdume can just give you visuals of what's going on. You can see that appliances are now out of the properties. In fact, this is just one house on this street here in Protea South. And what's happening is that Lenasia Extension 1, Empire Street, Protea Glen, Dube, as well as Kliptown are areas that we are told are affected. You can see here that their appliances are out, and also some clothing items as well as furniture. This is just what's happening in front of one home, and everywhere else you look across the street, all the way down the street, you see that residents are in the same predicament. And I'm going to just step out of shot as well and allow Barbara to just walk you through what is happening here at the moment. Here you can see, of course, the furniture being dried, being mopped up. We're going to try to speak to some of the residents here. Let's speak to this gentleman to get what happened.
Yeah, the
Tumaole from Newzroom Afrika. When I will actually
hey, let's get to one of these stuff at this event. Mona go to the can I the window. Yalo, no, the result. Zama Nagongo said, what it look, I retrieve. The wardrobe, the one I did sing a garma, sofa, gal, and in bed, the bow pillow, and I gonna load. Can you make a guy? More like it's a Gilgamore, Monama, Banagana, Wesaki Fitagamolo, Gamoara, Tenaga, Momaron.
So, naturally, to Sakimang from Muso from
to San next, and to one film, I feel by little Bonamol. Lima Father Putona. I want to have feeling you. Never tell a year, Coolman, that. Hey, I want to about feeling you.
So that was just one resident just telling us that the situation is quite dire, saying that he's lost a lot of belongings that are damaged. As we can show you here, he was referring to his personal belongings, which include, of course, these couches and some appliances, as well as foodstuffs, saying that he's lost foodstuffs and he just doesn't know where he's going to get his next meal from. You can see here on the line, just above the couches, the blanket there, I'm told by the gentleman that I just spoke to, was delivered by officials from the City of Joburg. So they have been here, and it seems as if they've started to try and gauge just how bad the damage is and help those that they could. But he says one blanket is not enough, and he doesn't know what's going to happen now, where he's going to get his next meal from. You can see here that people continue to bring out their belongings, bedding, anything that they can salvage. And inside the property there, it seems as if they are still also busy with mop-up operations, and one can only imagine the extent of the water damage there. So this is the situation right now here in the south of in Protea Glen, south of Soweto, and it certainly seems as if with the clouds covering up, many residents are saying they're concerned about what will happen next if indeed it does continue raining, as of course it has been forecast. So with that, it's back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Tumaole, before we let you go, what does this then mean? Our understanding that it was that there's NGOs on the ground, so no relief has come for the people of Protea South yet?
Well, for the people of Protea South, the NGOs have been playing their part. Many people are saying that they have been assisted in terms of getting just the basics, perishables, things that they could use just to get the next meal. And they've been promised to get even more assistance, especially when it comes to the issue of clothing and the issue of, medical treatment for those who might need it. Clothing and warmth and shelter, specifically because there are a lot of young kids out on the streets, and so the residents are saying that with the cloud cover being what it is and the rain expected to return, certainly if you look at the weather forecasts over the next few days, they hope that at least some alternative can be made if they can't get back into their homes, so that at least they can have some shelter, particularly for the young ones and for those who are elderly or sickly.
Tumaole, Mohlaoli, thank you very much. We'll touch base with you a little bit later on.